What's up, YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about this will get that person to come back, want you back, and it's all for the right reasons. Now, if you made some mistakes as well, we got to talk about that very soon because you got to make your wrongs right. Now, before I get into this video, though, and get into this topic, all the details, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. If you're going to be actually moving on, that's what you got to be doing. Comment moving on or want them back. What is it that you want? High performance people, they care about themselves at a high level that causes them to go ahead and keep going. Repeat, consistent. And of course, what is really going on with you? Some of y'all are done and you understand that they should be wanting you back, but you are done with them. So to get into this topic of how you could get them to want you back, the first important thing is that if you made things wrong or you've been the difficult person, you do have to fix things in that area because we have to understand that somebody's not going to want to be around you when they realize you're the problem. And if you're not the problem, if you're just going to be somebody that doesn't change specific habits that could be, let's say, not what they want to deal with, or it could be kind of annoying, or it could be, okay, like they want to help you, they want you to do better, they want to see you succeed, but maybe you're lazy, or maybe you don't have that ambition, that drive, right? So those are the things that you really want to focus on firstly, and this is going to mean that you're doing it behind closed doors. You want to be a highly valuable person. It's not about you got to present it to their face like, hey, look at what I'm doing now. Look at how I changed. None of that. Focus on yourself first things first. And you got to understand, if you did make it wrong, you hurt that person, you did them wrong, then what do you have to go back to do to make it right? Now, another thing I want y'all to also remember is that it's going to be, how do you stay distracted? Because sometimes it takes that person to realize that they lost somebody good or that person is actually better off without them. You don't care about them. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you still haven't, and go ahead and check out my book that I just dropped. It's called Men's Secrets to Winning Her Over. It includes so much details on what women want, what women desire, how to flirt with her. I have my personal story with an alpha male and a sigma male, how great it went, the great characteristics of them, some of the things that you guys can make sure you could be applying, have confidence with, and so much more other details. If you're struggling in the dating game or you want to just simply improve your dating game, you can go ahead and get this book by clicking the link down below. And y'all, I have other things such as cold approaching, something you guys can go ahead and master after you guys purchase this book. Click that link. You don't care about them and they see you don't need them. It's gonna fall into distractions. How do you keep yourself focused on other things that matter? How do you change your mindset to believe that this is what's more important? You need to see that you're caught up on something else and that's taking your focus away from them. Now, when it comes down to your focus, it's so important that the right distractions is happening. Sometimes I know y'all are going to be distracted by things such as just having fun, or some people are going to be dating with different people, hanging out, and even having actual bedroom time. Y'all know what I mean. So sometimes it's about rebounds, or sometimes you're using somebody. Unfortunately, this is the truth, right? Sometimes you're using somebody to try to get over the other person. Now, that could only work to a certain degree, because even if you do get that person back, they will see that, oh yeah, eventually that person was never really over me. It was kind of a front, or they got me back, but I don't really want them. Because internally, if you have not did the work to change yourself and transform to be the better, best version of yourself, then how could you believe that you could keep this fake act for the longest time ever? This is not going to be long term. You're going to see, oh, the same person that you were before is catching up to you now. And so they got to understand that with this person that I'm dealing with now, oh, they change. Oh, when it comes down to how they got to be, how they're supposed to improve, they're focused, they're driven by that. Now, distractions on the positive note, when it's a good thing, it's going to be also to help you not be obsessed, hurting, or going ahead and going back to that person. Because in order for them to come to you, them to want you back, they got to see that they can't actually have you back. They got to see that you have changed your mindset, or let's say your ways, that you don't come back no longer. If you had a habit and a cycle of going back, they got to see that you broke that. Now, if you've done it 1-2 times, it might not be that bad, but you definitely still can't be going back at all. No matter the circumstances, this is when it applies to every situation. So mind you, when it comes down to trying to get them to come back, you got to understand, if you are still stuck on them, it's not going to work, because they understand you're doing these things for the reasons of them. When it's coming down to them, you're doing it because you're trying to end up pleasing them or getting in their head. You don't want to entertain mind games, right? Like, unfortunately, if you're dealing with mind games, it's annoying. You don't want to be caught up with it. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to go into strategic ways about it, or techniques that are very helpful. But ultimately, how do you love yourself? You love yourself enough to say that I want to improve and I'm going to take the actions even if I don't feel like it, because your feelings don't matter. Your emotions don't matter. If you're hurting, don't be with that person. That's when it will matter. When you got to get things done, or when you got to say, I'd rather hurt being separated from them, then you got to choose that direction, because that's going to be causing a faster healing. That's going to cause you to end up getting over them quicker, and you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to go back, or you don't have to worry about, oh, they're going to think that I'm desperate, thirsty, I'm going to be simping over them, or I'm an orbiter, I'm going to be obsessed, I'm going to be out into them, wanting them desperately. That's not what you want. You definitely want it to become that, oh, that person sees, okay, when it comes to you, they don't care, they're okay, they're good. Some of y'all can't even go 2 weeks without talking to that person. Come on now. If you could care about making money, if you could care about looking healthier, that's going to be your main focus, your main priority. So treat it as in like, it's very important for you to have your mind straight, have your mind clear. You're moving on. Your mind needs to be set on, I'm moving on. If you moved on, that's lovely. Comment moved on. Some of y'all are done and over it, and you only just want them back, or you want them to be around you again, maybe because you had fun with them, or it's not going to be on a serious level no more. Or simply they got to make their wrongs right. It's not you. Now, the other part about this as well, having a clear mind and knowing what you're doing, you got to know what the goals are ahead of you that you want to accomplish. How are these going to be met? And not only that, are you going to be intentional? You have to be intentional, because what happens is that y'all get so caught up with that person, wanting them so badly, and they see how you could be about them more than something else that's more important for you. Let that sink in. You have money to go get. You have a body that you want. You have a mindset that you want to achieve. Talk about your situation if you're going to be ignoring, or if there's other stuff that you have going on. It could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video. You want to be that person that people look at and be like, oh, I see them. Or specifically the person that you want them to go ahead and be like, out of all my options or the roster list that I have, that is the person that I want. That person right there, I can connect with them. I want them to want me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up with one main thing that I want y'all to remember. This is such a key thing. When you want to be a high performance person, that's going to be the higher chance of you getting that person back, because you got to be at a different level. And not that it just stops there, but they're doing it clear. They're doing it with a clear mindset, not letting somebody else get in their head. Not only consistency, but they move on to doing it with quality. Now, it means when you go to the gym, don't go with the intentions of, okay, well, I'm going to walk around, waste some time because I'm a little tired. No, you have to go in there and put your all. You got to tell yourself, I don't feel like it today, or man, I a long day, I got less sleep, but I'm going to get it done. Or I'm going to put my all for the 30 minutes that I'm going to be here for. Whatever you're going to be doing that day. Same way with the relationship. You have to apply the same things that are very important. So if it's going to be, I don't want to be too consumed right now, or I have a work goal to reach, put that first, and then let that person be a part of your life at the end of the night, or at the end of the week, or at the end of the month. However it works, you got to know that you got to have your priorities set straight always. Try your best to become a high performance person. Try your best to go ahead and move forward. And of course, not be chasing, not be going ahead and trying to get their attention. They realize how you are at this point. They realize what you're trying to do. So there's no point of pouring more into that or trying to have that be the case. Focus on the right thing. Focus on how you could be better, and bring the focus back to yourself as they bring the focus on you. Now, when I bring this video back up, I'm going to get more into details. If y'all do want a part 2, comment that down below. I'm going to drop so much more in those other videos, so much more to talk about, and also questions or comments that you have, even opinions, comment it down below. Don't forget to check out all my links in my bio. And if you're still not subscribed, make sure you do that and have your post notification on. That's it for this video. Bye, y'all. And exclusive content, make sure you go ahead and do that by clicking the Patreon link or becoming a YouTube member, and a whole lot of other things you'll never see, and all other types of pictures too. So go ahead and click that link down below.